For the past month, something unexplainable has been happening in a small town in Michigan. The police have received reports of strange disappearances, eerie lights in the woods, and disturbing noises echoing through the night. Residents are terrified, and authorities are baffled. No evidence, no patterns, just a growing fear that something unnatural is at play. It started with a 911 call on September 3rd. An elderly woman named Martha Calloway frantically reported seeing someone or something standing outside her farmhouse. She described a tall, shadowy figure with glowing red eyes that didn't move or make a sound. When officers arrived, they found her front door ajar, but no sign of forced entry. Martha was nowhere to be found. Her car was still in the driveway, her phone on the kitchen counter, and a pot of soup still simmering on the stove. Security cameras? Blank. No signs of a struggle. Just gone. 2 nights later, Officer Derek Mills was sent to investigate another disturbance near the same area. A teenager, Jamie Reynolds, claimed he saw something watching him from the trees while he was driving home. When Mills arrived, he radioed back to dispatch. "I see something. It's not right. It's just standing there. It doesn't blink." That was the last transmission from him. His cruiser was found with the driver's side door wide open, the engine running, headlights beaming into the dark. His body camera had been destroyed, shattered, as if crushed by something far stronger than human hands. After Officer Mills's disappearance, the town spiraled into fear. People refused to go out after sunset. Families boarded up their windows. The police set up checkpoints, but every night new reports came in. Strange figures in the woods, whispers through the walls, flickering streetlights revealing momentary glimpses of twisted, elongated shadows that vanished when looked at directly. The strangest report came from a hunter, Rick Dalton, who had ventured into the woods before dawn. He was found running back toward town, screaming, his clothes torn and his hands covered in deep scratches. He babbled about a forest with no way out, a place where the trees moved when you weren't looking, and the deeper you went, the more the silence swallowed every sound. Desperate for answers, the mayor organized a town hall meeting. Every chair was filled, the room buzzing with nervous murmurs. The police chief stood in front of them all, visibly shaken. He tried to keep his voice steady. "We are doing everything we can. There is no rational explanation yet, but we..." The lights flickered. The room plunged into darkness. For a split second, a low, guttural whisper filled the air, followed by a single, deafening scream. When the emergency lights came on, a woman in the front row was missing. The governor sent in a special task force, a heavily armed unit, tasked with scouring the woods where most of the disturbances had been reported. 12 officers entered. Only 2 returned. One was unconscious, muttering nonsense. The other, Sergeant Will Dugan, refused to speak for days. When he finally did, all he said was, "It's not human, and it knows we're watching." After the incident, all reports of the figures stopped. The disappearances ceased. The town fell into an uneasy silence, but an underlying fear remained. The FBI closed the case without explanation, and the official reports were sealed. Some say the town was cursed. Others believe something ancient and malevolent came to feed and left when it had its fill. But late at night, when the wind howls through the trees, some still hear it. A whisper that isn't the wind, a shadow that isn't theirs, and eyes that still watch from the dark. Months passed, and Raven Creek tried to move on. But then came the discovery in the abandoned Blackwood mines just outside town. An old tunnel collapsed, revealing a hidden chamber that had been sealed off for decades. Inside were crude carvings on the walls, drawings of twisted, elongated figures with red eyes. Bones were scattered across the floor, some ancient, others disturbingly fresh. One of the officers investigating found an old, tattered journal among the remains. The pages were barely legible, but one passage stood out. "We sealed it away. We must never look, never listen. It watches, it waits. And if it is freed, we are lost." The next morning, that officer quit the force and left town. He refused to say why. Now, Raven Creek is quiet. Too quiet. The reports have stopped, but the fear lingers in the air. The townspeople know better than to speak of what happened. But at night, when the wind blows through the trees, they still hear it. A whisper, a shadow shifting in the corner of their vision, a pair of red eyes staring from the darkness, waiting.